Welcome to Team Marduk's Valencia career mode. My name's Aarava and I'm a fellow F1 director, and Ben has kindly asked me to step in for him to commentate on this race, and I'm only happy to accept. So we're going through his setup quickly, just the suspensions for some random reason. So now we're going to change the strategy. He's going to choose the prime tyre first, and that means he can get the faster tyre at the very end on low fuel and should be able to bang out those fastest laps. Well, at least I hope fastest laps. I mean, won't be much point if he can't. And looks like we're going to go on cautious fuel mix. I'm going to pit around lap 8, and I think he might be changing it to lap 7. So that basically means he'll be really fast at the end. And obviously Ben starts from the back on these career modes, so he's going to have to try and make his way through at Valencia. Valencia, not the best track maybe to make the way through the field. Very awkward circuit at times. Definitely that sector 2 is an absolute cock of a sector, and it's very easy to lose it. So we're going to the grid now, and we've got a date with destiny here in Valencia, and let's see if Ben can make his way through to maybe even a podium. So we've got Michael Schumacher on pole. I don't know how the hell that's happened. So we've got Maldonado there, and we've got Ben here in last, and we're going to psych ourselves up for the Grand Prix. And oh god, Ben has got a medical problem. Look at his hands. That is a serious arm spasm right there. You might need to go to the doctor, Ben. I'm not too sure. So now we're getting off the line and we're going to try and chase down the HRTs. And oh god, we've paused the game. And we're going to be changing some buttons for gear up and down. Right. Because I know that makes a huge difference to Ben. I know this is probably going to be crucial to his performance. So you might want to go right down these wheel settings, guys, if you use his wheel. I don't know. So we're continuing back to the action. And we're off, and now we're going to chase down De La Rosa. And we've got Godkane on the right, but he's not going to be too much of a problem. I'm going to go wide a tiny bit, and now we'll come down to the first corner. And now it looks like there's been a bit of a collision in the far... Yes, I can. There's Timo Glock there in the Marussia being crashed out. So we've got Petrov. And, oh, God, we hit him a tiny bit. But we're going to dive down the inside of Pedro De La Rosa. Going to touch his sideboard a tiny bit, and we're going to weave a tiny bit, and we're going to push him back. He's a bit irrelevant. He can piss off right now. So now we're going to chase down Ricardo, and we're going to go down the outside. We've got Jean-Eric Verne there. We're going to dive bomb through into the corner. Going to gain 3 places, but we're just going to mess up the braking zone a tiny bit, and Ben's going to hit Maldonado back on the track, and that sees him get a penalty. Wow, a penalty for that. Yeah, I can sort of see that. I mean, I can't really defend you, Ben. Was quite a dive bomb there. Admittedly, it is on the AI. They are really thick and just stupid all the time. But yeah, I think possibly could have backed out right at the last minute with Maldonado. You probably could have gained 2 places there, but not Maldonado. But never mind. So 10-second penalty. That just means he has to kind of just get on with it, and I'm sure Ben will be able to get into a high position anyway. So now he's changing up to mix 3. It appears he's doing this on all the straights, just to get faster revs on every straight. So now we're in 16th, chasing down 15th of Jean-Eric Verne, coming to the 3rd sector. This sector's quite a nice one if you can get it right. If you get the entry right to this corner, the sector's basically set up for you, because you just continue on the line and just gain momentum. And we're coming through to the hairpin, and the hairpin's a very tricky corner for anyone. Even the AI mess it up sometimes. So now we're coming through, and we're going to try and make a move. No, we're not. We're going to just hit it cautiously. And it looks like we've gone a tiny bit wide. Mark Webber, what the hell are you doing? Wow, okay, Mark Webber obviously on crack there as he just parked himself on the right-hand side. I don't know. Maybe he had a collision with Vettel or something. I don't know. So let's see. We're going around the inside of Jean-Eric Verne. Ooh, it's beautiful racing right there. Beautiful move from Ben right there to get Verne. And now we're up into 14th place. So now we're chasing down the Finn of Kovalainen. He's in a very nice 13th place for himself in a Caterham. Probably because there was a few crashes at the beginning, so that's probably why. So we're coming through, and obviously no DRS yet. We're going to have to wait till lap 3 to get the DRS. But it looks like we've got a bit of a train of 3 here, so maybe Ben will be able to pick some of them off. He goes a tiny bit wide there, which is going to compromise him into the entry of this next back straight. He uses all the curves pretty much, but still that entry to the corner didn't help him gain momentum. So he's not going to gain Kovalainen just yet. So he just changes down to mix 2 again, comes down the gears, and he's just going to wait. And it looks like on this corner he's going to get some much better traction, going to go down the inside of Kovalainen and Grosjean, and he goes down the inside of Pick. And what's going to happen? Pick's going to stay behind. because that Marussia is just generally crap, and I should know. If you haven't seen my channel, I do the F1 Road to Glory, where I stay in a Marussia and took on the World Championship, and I can vouch for any Marussia car. It is utter shit. So that could explain why Ben was able to stay ahead, even though he went wide. So now he's into 11th place, and he's chasing down De Resta in 10th, and that's the points. That is the homeland of points. So now we're coming through to the hairpin. Is De Resta going to muck it up? We've got yellow flags here for some reason. Bit retarded. The game is spazzing out a bit. So now we're coming through down the pit straight, and we're going to overtake Paul Di Resta, who's been in a tussle with Vettel, it looks like. Going very slow. We're going to dive down the inside. Kobayashi. Kobayashi hits the wall, in fact, and Ben is able to get up into 8th place. Very nice 8th place by 3 laps. Wow. 24th to 8th in 3 laps. That's it's quite impressive. Quite impressive. So now we're coming through onto Hulkenberg. And Alonso set the fastest up the Grand Prix. Pretty sure Ben won't be happy about that. I mean, he did get pretty peeved off at Monaco about Hamilton. I'm not too sure he'll be any happier about Alonso. Although Ben is an Alonso fan, I think, if I remember correctly. So now we're going to use about half the cars, even more in fact. Going to try and chase down Nico Hulkenberg. But it looks like he's just getting away from us. So it looks like we might have to wait out until the pits. Or maybe Ben will be pushing like hell to try and catch him up. It looks like he has gained a bit. No, he locks up and goes wide. And coming back on the track a bit awkwardly. That could have been a bit of a sticky situation. But it looks like Hulkenberg's gaining, gaining space as Ben makes another mistake. So now we're going to cut later on into lap 5. And now Ben is finally caught up Nico Hulkenberg. And this will be in the DRS zone. He's gone purple in the first sector. And obviously now lap 5, it's going to be DRS zone time. So now we're coming through. He's taking that corner nicely. He's going to use about half the curve. He's going to get on the DRS. And he's going to easily overtake him, well, should do in theory. And he's going to come up onto the German. He's going to go round the outside. And he's going to get the move done, go into the racing line. And he's going to come down the gears. And that was a very nice move for him. So now we've got to lap 6. And we've caught up Felipe Massa. And now it's time for our pit stops. Everyone is on options pretty much. And Ben is on primes, which means he will be on the faster tyre for the rest of the stint. Felipe Massa taking a bit of a weird line there. Raikkonen, sorry. Going really slowly into the pits. So now Ben just making sure it's on options. You never know. This game control you. You never know. You never know. So that was a pretty pathetic pit stop, I have to say, Williams. Pretty pathetic. I'm pretty sure Ben will be going into the boardroom and slapping you in the face for that pit stop. So now we've come out and into 10th place. So obviously Ben will be pushing now to try and undercut Felipe Massa in the pits. And so we're going to continue on, and we're going on to lap 7 at the end of it. And we caught up Petrov already, even though we've made a pit stop. So that's just a bit embarrassing for him. So we're coming through to the hairpin. And now we're going to have to see on the mini-map, we're going to have to look on the right-hand side of our screen to see where Felipe Massa will be. Ben's gone a tiny bit wide, but he saved it. And now we're going to power through down the pit straight. Where is Felipe Massa? Is he there? He's in front of us right now. He's coming out of the pits. There he is. And Ben is going to undercut him. Brilliant strategy there from Ben to undercut Felipe Massa. So now we're into 5th place. And we're chasing down Lewis Hamilton. So now we're going to cut to the end of lap 8 pretty much. And we're coming through on the DRS straight. We haven't got DRS, but Ben's going to make a diving move down the inside of Hamilton. He's going to touch. He's going to let him through though. And he's just going to slow down, let Hamilton through. Very, very nice. Just nice sportsmanship there. But now he's going to power through. And he's just a bit ambitious on Hamilton there. And he goes wide. And Hamilton's going to get the place back. But now Ben is going to get the hammer down. And obviously, with his gearing, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. The McLaren's going to get the nice slipstream. He's going to go around the outside of this corner. Ooh, so close to the wall. And he gets the move done. Pretty much, let's see. Ooh, Hamilton just on the inside. But Ben gave him enough room. And now we're up to 4th place. And now we are trying to chase down Jenson Button in front of us. So, no purple sector for the first sector there. But looks like Button's in some DRS zone maybe. Behind another car, so we'll have to see. So we're coming through, and oh, Ben's gone wide there. Such a shame. He'll still have DRS, but I don't know how much he'll gain on him. So Ben's used half the curves, and with DRS, let's see how much he'll gain back. But wow, whoa, look at that gap. Definitely Button had DRS there, and was able to streak out a bit of a gap. But Ben's caught it back up in the braking zone pretty much. Got a tiny bit wide there. Maybe the rear is stepping out a bit on him. Right now it's lap 14, obviously, so these options will be a bit worn on the rears, maybe. So we're coming through onto the back straight, and, well, on lap 14, you know, it would be quite a story if Ben could overtake Button here. We'll have to see. So we'll come down to the hairpin, and Button is obviously looking at Rosberg, but Button has compromised his entry to the corner as he goes a bit, you know, tight on the apex. So Ben's able to get a much better line. He goes through and he's getting a lot of momentum, but he has to hold back into 4th place just to make sure there's no crash to happen. So coming through to the hairpin. Is Ben going to make a diving move? Yes, he does, down the inside. Brilliant move there. He's going to squeeze Button out, and even he goes wide and Button still can't get back on. Michael Schumacher wins. Bit of a lost cause though, because Ben will be getting 10-second penalty. So he finishes in 5th place, obviously, because Lewis Hamilton was only, I think 5 seconds behind in 5th. So still a very good race, I think. A very good race. Unfortunate about the penalty. Maybe if Ben hadn't held it off, he could have got a podium there, which would have been quite nice for him. I'm still in shock how Michael Schumacher won the race. I'm still in shock. How did that happen? How? Someone explain. So let's look at the what's it called? The Drivers' Championship quickly, and we got. Oh, no! Before we go to that, Charles Pick in 10th. Charles Pick got a point. That is the surprise of the race. Forget about Ben getting to 5th from 24th. That is the surprise of the race. Charles Pick in 10th. How does that happen? How? How? I want to know his secrets, because I need that for my career mode. So, we've got Ben first in the championship by only 4 points there. Very close indeed to his rival Lewis Hamilton. And in fact, Fernando Alonso is not too far behind. So obviously Ben will be keeping his eyes open for those two. And it looks like, where's his teammate? Where's his teammate? Well, he's not even on the page. That's pathetic. So in the constructors, Ben obviously losing out because his teammate's not going to be as fast as him, obviously. And we're in 3rd in the Williams. So a pretty okay showing there. And unfortunate about the penalty, but still it was a very good drive. Some good moves there. Unfortunate about the penalty at the beginning. But guys, hope you have enjoyed this episode of Team Ep Marduk's Career Mode. I've been Aarava. Be sure to check out my channel, Aaravaonps3, for F1 content as well. I've thoroughly enjoyed this episode. Give it a like if you did, comment below, and subscribe to Ben and me if you're new. And we'll see you guys next time. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope to see some of you guys around.